Welcome to Treon's Realm. Today we're going to take a look at the physical version of the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild plus expansion pass for the Nintendo Switch. Now while I've covered Breath of the Wild in the past on this channel, that was before Nintendo did something that's pretty rare for them. They went back and released a new version of a game in the same generation on the same platform that included the post-launch paid DLC. While this has happened with some North American releases such as Pokemon Sword and Shield, it is generally rare for them. Now, Nintendo of Japan, fortunately, has done a few more titles like this. Due to the Switch being region-free, and these games including all of their English language content, US gamers can take advantage of the Ultimate Editions of select games. One of the most noteworthy releases to get an updated release is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild plus Expansion Pass. While a bit of a mouthful, this version of the game is quite noteworthy for Zelda fans. Now in the US eShop, this version of the set comes in at 15.7 gigabytes, meaning that they are using a 16 gigabyte cartridge. The back of the cart ends in 000 and is at version 1.6.0. This includes all DLC unlocked with no need to download anything. Now, despite being a Japanese release, the game also features all of the English text and voice acting. It will also play just fine from an existing save file from different regions. This version of the game is the ultimate physical cartridge to own if you're looking to future-proof your copy of Breath of the Wild and make sure you also have access to all of the DLC. I would like to also update my previous coverage of the US version of Breath of the Wild, as I've learned some new info about Switch cartridges. There's a revision number on the back of Switch cartridges that represents which version of the game is on the physical cartridge. While most big third-party publishers don't update their physical cartridges post-release, Nintendo themselves do. This means that if a patch is released after launch, when Nintendo does additional print runs of their games, instead of just using the same launch file to put onto the cartridge, they will often put the updated version of the game on the newer cartridges. I have been showcasing this on a lot of my more recent videos in an effort to provide as much useful information as possible for collectors. When I did my original video, I had a launch copy of Breath of the Wild, and the cartridge ended with 000. That cartridge had version 1.0.0. and needed a 947 meg patch. The most recent version of the cart here in the States ends in 003 and has version 1.6.0, which is fully up to date and only needs a patch if you decide to get the expansion pass DLC. Nintendo is not the only company to do this, as some smaller publishers have put out updated Switch carts as well. Now there are two great resources I recommend following on Twitter if this type of information is important to you. I will also include links to their sites in the description down below. First up is Nintendo Revised. They have an excellent Google Doc that covers all of the different Nintendo Switch cartridge revisions. This is very useful information for any collectors out there. And I would also recommend following Does It Play. Their site, doesitplay.org, does an excellent job of covering physical games and detailing what is actually on various discs and cartridges and if they are playable offline without patches. They cover various systems including the Switch, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. If this video helped you and you'd like to see more, please subscribe and hit that like button. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later.